What up, folks? I'm Ultraman, and I have a review of the FIGUARTS Red King. That's right, my zillions. From the Ultraman series, we have a Red King. Previously done very nicely in the Ultra Act line years ago. We finally got him here in the FIGUARTS line, which, I don't know, I feel like they've mostly been good with the kaiju, but I don't know, there was some misses in there as well. But I don't know, this guy's looking pretty decent on the box and in the pics that we saw. So I'm kind of curious to get him out. It took me a little while to get this guy and then to get to this guy. I didn't pick him up till he was here in the US. And, you know, had a little bit of a deal for him, so that, you know, I gotta save somewhere, right? But anywho, he is here, looks pretty cool, so without any further ado, let's get to the review. And here's a Red King out of the package, and I gotta say, he's a pretty delightful figure. I'm having a good time with this guy. He looks really, really good. He's got a beautiful finish. Let's talk about that first, because it really has a fantastic rocky appearance, and I do love that. Like, it is awesome in that regard. I mean, I'm gonna say it much better than the Ultra Act, which I do love, but you know, looking back on the Ultra Act, it's kind of shiny, it doesn't have this kind of finish, it's darker. This guy's just perfect in that regard. Like, really, really nice. But overall, the paint is excellent. You see a lot of blue in it, which is fantastic. The darker shade of blue, like a blue-gray down here, that has the blue trimmings. Very, very nice. I love the stripes there along the tail. The tail is a great sculpt. Really well done. Lots of folds and wrinkles in it. I mean, it just looks fantastic. So are his legs. Nice little short legs. He's got such a weird proportion, but that's Red King. I do like his legs. They are squat. They look good. The feet are awesome. Check them out. Really, really nice. Good duotone in it. Darker at the bottoms. Very well done. Check that out. Really, really nicely done. Rest of the legs, again, that color scheme is awesome. You can see the edges are more yellow, which is very cool. The rest is kind of like a more like an eggshell color. Now, I like how just the blue looks like it's kind of oozing out of each centerpiece. Kind of look like cookies in a way. I don't know why. It's weird. It's a weird texture, but it's very well done and an interesting effect. It's just like cream in the middle. Blue cream. But very nicely done. I really like it. Like his back looks awesome. That comes up from the tail. Like thicker. So is the front. It's thicker as well. Very, very nicely done. I mean, and then, you know, like these cuts, you know, for the articulation kind of get lost in them. And that's great. I love when they can do that. Like the entire back all the way up to the really tiny head. Looks fantastic. All the way around, it's pretty good. You got maybe one loose strand of blue paint here. Come on now. You know, a little bit thicker right here, I guess, if you want to call out on that. But let's zoom in normally. It's a lot less crazy. I mean, it is thick. It is laid on. A little thick on that layer. Especially looks at, you know, when you look at it under a microscope like we are doing right now. To the naked eye, definitely not as bad. You can't really notice it too much. And you know what? It sort of looks like natural blue anyway. I don't know. It's weird, but, you know, my skin doesn't look the same throughout. You know what I'm saying? The shoulders looks good all the way down. These are like floating bits over here. As you can see here, they can get a little discombobulated depending on how you pose it. This side is just a little bit looser than this side. I guess the arm is like a little more jammed in than this side is. You know what I'm saying? So this one gets a little bit loose on me. But, It's not a big deal to me. Again, depending on how you do it, you'll be all right. The hands look really good. I do have a little bit of black. Oh, no, I did. I don't know what that was, but it's gone now. The hands look good then. I like how the blue, bleeds downwards. So, really nice. I don't know. I dig it. I like the mix of colors here. I think it looks very, very cool. This just lighter shade just, I think, really works for a Red King. And then going up the neck. Looking awesome. And then you got that tiny head. I love that his nose is like a little bit greener. I think that looks really cool. The inside of the mouth is very interesting. The reds, 2 different color reds it looks like. Bottom is a little bit, maybe not. It might be just the lighting. Or the tongue, I think, is a little bit of a lighter color. The teeth all look pretty decent on both sides. The eye looks awesome. Really well done. Let's zoom in so you can see it even better. Very nice. And very nice. I love the paint around his eye. Going back to his nose. As you can see, there's like a little bit of like silver right in the center. That looks pretty cool. It's a nice effect. Beautiful. Very, very nicely done. Absolutely love it. I think it's cool. And, we'll go into articulation now in a second. But, I mean, the articulation's part of the look right now. Because with this head, like, this piece up here is on a ball joint. I don't know if you notice it in there. But because of it, you can get so much expression out of this guy that is really, really fun to me. I love it. Really an interesting way to go about doing it. But it adds so much, in my opinion, to this. It's not slack-jawed because, it's not like just slacking. It's the way you move it. So, there you go. There's your first articulation point. Let's just keep it here. The double ball joint. Now, there's another, what looks like a hinge there, but, like, I could, well, maybe we can see it better, because I popped off his entire head. No, we still can't see it, because it's on this part here. So, this part can move, but, there we go. I see what it is. Okay, so, this part is holding, now that I pulled it all apart, is holding this lower jaw. And the tongue does not move. I thought it might. I wasn't 100% sure about that. Let me see if I can move the jaw, the tongue. Nah. Maybe. Can I move it down? I can't seem to do it. If it is, it's stuck on mine. There we go. So that one, it's on a little kind of hinge, but the way it's placed in here, it doesn't move too much. You definitely want to get all of that action out of this double ball joint here. So, if we just pop it back in together, there we go. And then you can pop it back in. So you do have a ball joint there for the head, so you can move her. And then you can move it over here. And you have a joint here, but it's, you're not getting a ton of movement out of it. Then the shoulders, might as well do it on this side because you get more movement. It's a little bit more free moving. We're super zooming in still, are we? So you get more movement here, and then you have a hinge here at the elbow. You have another floating piece there. I believe it's a double. And then ball jointed wrists. Yep, see? Which works good. And that's the same thing going on there. The body, you do have movement there, not a ton. Then at the waist, moves a little bit better. So that's pretty good. Go back and forth. Probably just a giant joint there. Looks like some interesting, I don't know if you can tell, but there's some interesting stuff going on in there. And then you have a drop down joint here. Bonk. Which is great. So you can kick back, go back. You do, you're able to see inside the joint. It's a ball joint in there, but a drop down joint on that side, which is cool. The knee, you're not getting a ton of movement, but you're going to launch all his feet off, apparently. I am really tearing this guy apart right now for this. Because he's got some bits that are hard to maneuver, and, you know, you popping stuff off. It's not like popping off super easy. I am using quite a bit of force to try to move stuff. Anyway, lots of ball joints, all the way down to the feet, of course. And then the tail has many, many segments, which is nice. And, you know, it's that Monster Arts feel to it, including the popping. Including the popping. It's not, like, annoying me, though, but it's popping. This thing's popping. But, yeah, lots of great movement on the tail. And lots of great movement almost everywhere. A few tight spots, but I think it works regardless. So, yeah, I think he's pretty good in both the looks and articulation department. So, for accessories, we first get 2 fist hands, which is excellent. So, if you want to do some fighting with some ultras, and you want to bash them in the face, you have some nice fists to work with. And then, like the Ultra Act, we do get a hand that's attached to a big rock. And it looks pretty good. That is pretty nice, I have to say. Good texture on the rock. Overall, nice sculpt. And then we bring in this guy, and we'll pull out his arm. And we'll pop this in. See if it's easy or not. Oh, not so bad. And this side is just gonna help hold it, I guess. So he could toss it at Ultraman or another kaiju, depending on what movie you are trying to replicate. Oh, that pulls out. That's interesting. If you wanted to use a different hand and try to maneuver it, trying to get it over is not easy. Having a little bit of a hard time, but I feel like not filming, I'll probably be able to do this better. That'll work. And here he is with the Ultra Act holding their rocks, and the FIGUARTS has a bigger rock. He's missing his hand and a piece of his tail. Yeah. He's overall bigger, but he's missing some rocks. We'll show you that in a moment. And to begin our size comparisons, here are those Red Kings again together. And yeah, he's a little smaller as expected, but I don't know, he's got a lot of personality. I like him. And here's Red King with some of the other FIGUARTS Ultra Kaiju and an alien. And yeah, they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. I think I still like Black King the best there. He's pretty awesome. And here he is with some of our recent Ultramans, including Ultraman Rising and Blazar. As well as the Ultra action figure of Ultraman Arc with his Solus armor, who we'll be reviewing shortly. Possibly really shortly. Stay tuned. And my final thoughts, I think this guy is really cool. I really like him. There's a couple of little quirks things popping out, the usual Tamashi popping. But, you know, maybe a couple of paint mishaps that are kind of minor, but it's not that big of a deal, to be honest. Like, to me, it's really non-issues. I'm enjoying this figure, and that's like the most important part. I love the top of his head. I love how expressive it makes it. That's what makes it really fun. So yeah, I'm digging it. I think the finish is awesome. So it's a good one in my opinion. And there you go. That's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you're looking to get one, do check the description. I usually put where to get the figure down below, so if you click those links, you help out the channel a little bit, which is always nice, right? Help the guy that's helping you do some shopping. And there you go, guys. And if you're new to the channel, why don't you go ahead and sub yourself for daily content, and let me help you diversify your collection with some Ultra Kaiju. Until next time, peace out, peace.